What's up guys, Technic here, and today we're going to be doing something extremely different. I've told you in the recent past that I want to be broadening my horizons when it comes to tech products, so I thought why not get into the PC side of things with one of the best names in the game, that being ASUS. And today we have Alex G here with us here in Johannesburg, and he's going to be telling us what we're going to be doing in terms of this wild PC build.
Guys, so this is the Republic of Gamers Evangelion collaboration, where we have a range of PC components that Nick and I are going to put together on this channel today. So don't go anywhere, you don't want to miss this.
So we're going to be jumping straight into all of the components and the essential peripherals that we'll be getting to today. We're going to be unboxing, putting the whole thing together, and we're super excited to get this whole build going, guys. This is Technic, and this is
Alex G, yo.
Without further ado, let's go. All right guys, so the first thing that we have, of course, to get this build going is the chassis, and it is, of course, no doubt the
ROG Strix Helios EVA edition chassis, as you see here.
EVA obviously standing for
Evangelion.
Yep, the anime series, and the color coding goes perfectly with it, that being the purple and the green. It's absolutely fantastic and I love it, especially the Velcro straps on top. They also stick to the same color theme. It's really awesome and convenient to be able to just pick it up, pop it in your car, take it anywhere with you. It is pretty heavy though, so keep that in mind, but it is built like an absolute champion.
So next up guys, we got the most important component, and that of course is none other than the motherboard. So the motherboard that we have here is the ROG Maximus Z690 motherboard. It actually has a PCIe 5.0 slot, meaning that it's future-proof for all your new graphics cards coming out. And also it's got M.2 latches, where you can actually add one on the top and two on the bottom. And it comes with an M.2 hyper card, so you can add an additional two M.2s there, even if you want.
So the extra bay that you actually get in the motherboard box goes into one of the bottom slots of the PCIe 4.0 ports, and it extends your bays by a further 2, which is in addition to the already
3 that you have in there.
So that's a total of 5 M.2 bays that you can have with this motherboard. Yeah. And if you do 2 terabytes each, that's going to be a total of 10 terabytes of M.2 storage drives, which is just unseen when it comes to motherboards.
Insane. Like, you don't need an SSD. It's all in there, straight into your motherboard, done.
Not to mention there's also Wi-Fi 6E, which is a must, and it's definitely there for future proofing going forward with the new GPUs coming out. You definitely want to get those speeds with your new routers. Not to mention that there is a new router, I think, from ASUS.
Yeah, it's the GTAX 6000 that also comes with the EVA branding, so you can get it on this exact same theme as this system. And then of course, if you want to connect it with a cable, you can actually also use the 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port in the back of the motherboard. So whether you're going wireless or wired, you've got amazing connectivity right here on this motherboard.
And speaking about wires, we also have dual, that being 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports at the back, which can shoot straight into any display of your choice.
Yeah, and transfer speeds of up to 20 gig per second, which is quite amazing.
So of course, this is obviously an ATX motherboard, and we do have 4 slots of DDR5 RAM, which is once again future-proofing. Next up, we have the 360mm CPU all-in-one cooler.
And that of course is the ROG Ryujin 2 360.
And it's absolutely fantastic. Of course, it's going to be keeping everything cool in terms of CPU. We have 2000 revolutions per minute turbofans, which is fantastic. Not to mention there is a new screen on it, which can actually show you all your cooling stats. It looks amazing. You can make custom anime themes of your choice on there too. I'm sure you can do loads of it. Definitely let us know what you guys think of that in the comment section down below, because I absolutely love the 3.5-inch screen over there to show you all your stats on the fly while you're gaming your favorite games. All right, so of course, to power this monster, we do have a 1000-watt power supply, which is known as the
ROG Thor, and it's a Platinum 2 power supply. So it's one of the latest that we have out there.
Now we do have a screen on there, which is fantastic. It actually shows you the power wattage draw that you're currently using. So it's interesting to see when it's sitting idle. Right now it's just under 100 watts sitting idle. Obviously, when you're playing games, it's going to shoot up to 800 or 1000 watts. It shows you everything that's connected on it. So it's going to be showing you the draw of everything, all the components on your PC that's taking draw, that being the CPU, as well as the motherboard, the GPU, so on and so forth, which is fantastic. And just so that you guys know, it is OLED.
OLED, yeah.
OLED screen literally on a power supply with Aura Sync, and you never see Aura Sync on a power supply. It illuminates, and it's definitely going to light up your room, any room that you have it in. And just to let you guys know, having an OLED screen on there, you might be thinking, well, it's going to be sucking up unnecessary power draw. It is OLED, meaning it is extremely efficient. And of course, if you do want to fuel the new monitor over here, which we'll get to in a second, you're going to need a beefy GPU, that being the RTX 3080 Strix edition card, and of course it is branded alongside the anime series.
It's also Evangelion themed, and it actually has a lot higher specs than a normal 3080 card would. So yeah, specs wise, you're looking at much higher CUDA cores, you're looking at higher boost clock speeds, and a whopping 12 gig of RAM instead of your normal 10 gig GDDR6.
So it's definitely beefed up from the regular card. It's definitely an overclocked card, a super if you would, and it's doing a fantastic job, not just in terms of performance, but of course aesthetics too. It's just nice to know that you're not just paying for aesthetics, you're also paying for extra performance. Now, of course, to run this monster machine, you're gonna need some peripherals, and the first and foremost is probably the mouse, that being the ROG.
That's the Keris wireless.
So of course it's wireless, but we do have a I guess you could say trifecta mode almost. We have USB on it at the back, wired, 2.4 gigahertz dongle that comes bundled in the box, as well as Bluetooth connectivity, which is pretty great too. It looks fantastic too. It matches the color theme, and it has a couple tricks up its sleeve as well.
So you can actually interchange the buttons on the side of it, replacing it with a color theme of your choosing, so that it fits in with the rest of the Evangelion theme. And beyond that, it also comes with push-fit switch sockets. That means the actual click buttons you can swap out with another Omron switch, thereby increasing the lifespan by over 70 million clicks.
Of course, to pair alongside that mouse is the optical RGB mechanical gaming keyboard with mechanical switches, no doubt.
And that is the ROG Strix Scope RX keyboard. You can swap out the buttons as well to your liking. It actually comes with a little keyboard remover tool, so you can remove the keys and swap out with keys of your choosing that also fits in with the Evangelion theme that we have here.
And the most important thing about this keyboard is that most mechanical keyboards have a lot of light bleed around each key. This one has a bit of a hollow point in the middle, which shoots light directly onto the transparent area at the top, so that you're only getting the light from the top of the switch instead of all around.
And because of that, you have an absolute wobble-free keystroke, because it's got 4 actuators on the side of each key. So you don't have just one actuator in the middle, but you've got 4 in each corner.
So no more wobble when playing FPS games, which is great. Should definitely be putting you ahead a little bit. Another interesting thing to note is that there is an IP57 water and dust rating. So of course, if dust and lint in your room is hitting your keyboard, it's not going to be affected by that. But more importantly, if you do decide to have a drink next to you when you're playing a game and you accidentally knock it over, you're definitely going to be okay. Just pick up your keyboard, shake it out, and you're good to go. So next up, we actually have a wired headset to match the wired aesthetic theme that we have here, so that you guys are free of latency. And it does have a Type-C connector on the back, and it is known as
that's the ROG Delta S wired headset.
And the most important thing about this headset is that it has an AI active noise cancelling microphone. So you're not going to be hearing, well, your friends are not going to be hearing the mechanical switches on your new ROG keyboard. And my favorite thing about it is it does come with leather cups, but in the box it comes with additional cups, those being more fabricy. I tend to sweat when I'm gaming, so when these are my ears, that's definitely not going to be an issue.
Much more breathing. Your ears want to breathe. Your ears want to breathe.
And I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but we have an absolutely ginormous mouse pad here, which fits in with the theme of the Evangelion anime color scheme that we have going on here. Looks fantastic. I definitely want to grab one for myself as well. And it does have a nano coating on it, which repels it against oil, water, and dust. Not to mention there is a monitor, which is not exactly new, but it is new in terms of the Evangelion theme, that being the ROG
XG27 AQM gaming monitor.
That is of course a ROG Strix monitor, and it looks absolutely breathtaking. It is 27 inches. It's a fast IPS with 0.5 GTG. It's 1440p in terms of resolution, but the thing about it being 1440p is if it were to be 4K, then your refresh rate wouldn't really need to be as high. Since we're rocking a 3080 in the setup, we should be able to see almost 270 frames per second on our screen, which kind of matches this monitor since it can be overclocked to 270 hertz. 270 frames per second.
That's insane, dude.
Absolutely mad. Not to mention that we do have it set to G-Sync mode, since it is of course G-Sync compatible too.
Yeah, so no screen tearing or any of that.
So yeah, silky smooth gameplay all the time. Not to mention, in terms of silky smoothness, everything syncing up in terms of Aura Sync.
Yeah, so you've got your whole lighting scheme running here. You can see even the background, we've got an Aura Sync there. So yeah, link all of them up in Armory Crate, and they do an amazing light show where everything's coordinated.
So Aura Sync monitor, keyboard, mouse, graphics card, motherboard, power supply, headset, we've got it. It's all here. It looks fantastic, and I really can't get over how good looking this build is. So there you guys have it, the full build between ASUS and Evangelion, and of course yours truly, Technic. It has been amazing. The experience has been truly breathtaking for me, being able to build this up with Alex G here. Not to mention it looks absolutely phenomenal. I'm sure you guys can agree, and I'm pretty sure Alex can agree here too.
Yeah, Technic, you really did an amazing job here. I love the way it looks. It all came together very nicely. And yeah, this type of content on your channel will be amazing. Let's do more of this.
Thanks, Alex. I really do appreciate it. But for any of you guys watching, fear not, I'm still pretty much focused on smartphones, but now and then it is really cool to tackle something else techie, something else that I'm super passionate about, that being PCs, that being gaming, that being laptops. So stay tuned for more content, especially with the new collaboration, that being ASUS, of course. I hope that you guys all enjoyed watching the video as much as we're going to be enjoying playing games on this bad boy right now.
Yeah,
this is
games.
Technic. This is
Alex G.
And we'll catch you in the next one.